at the very beginning of class, before we started the recording, I was just doing a little example of when we are feeling depression and we're thinking that it's empathic, and we pull out the empathic sensitivity deck. And I pulled a card. This is coming from your spiritual family. This is coming from your spiritual teachers. And I was like, huh, interesting. So if I was feeling depression and it was coming from my spiritual teachers, why would they be feeling depressed? Well, they're on the other side. They're in another dimension. They're not here in the physical dimension. And they might be witnessing a lot of trauma. And they might be seeing me in a depressed state and sad for me because they aren't able to help me the way that they might want to help me, or they might be looking at the condition of the world and feeling depressed that people are doing what they're doing. And so then we would say, okay, spiritual advisors, teachers that are feeling grief, depression, whatever it might be, use your higher selves, your energetic fields to explore the idea that you're holding responsibility for people being in a state of joy, connected, aware, personally empowered. Return all those responsibilities back to everybody at the level of their higher selves, teachers, guides. Send them appropriate energetic information. Return all empathic sensations, recognizing it's everyone's fuel for their growth and evolution. Retrieve your gifts, your wisdom, and your mastery off of everyone in the world, off of me. Hold your wisdom, your mastery, your vibrational fabric on yourselves. Model the solution. Send information. Hold joy inside yourselves. Model the solution. Send information. So that would be one way to work with beings who are on the other side that are experiencing depression. Another layer of working with depression for beings that are on the other side, if it's your guides, your advisors, your team, or someone else, is you would say spiritual guides, teams, advisors, or beings on the other side no longer incarnate. Are you experiencing depression because you haven't processed a trauma? Because you didn't use grief? You weren't in a safe space to use the grief to cleanse, to release, to heal your receptors, to learn, to grow, to activate the vibration of the spiritual lesson from the trauma in your individual divine cosmic loops. And if you haven't healed from past traumas, teams, spiritual advisors, teachers, whomever, reference an appropriate space and an appropriate dimension, like a healing chamber, where you can bring in grief to heal, where you can activate the vibrations of the spiritual lessons from whatever moment in time that was, where you can repair your receptors, you can open those lines of communication connection. You can go deep within. You can return all responsibilities that aren't yours. You can retrieve all responsibilities that are yours. You can connect deeply in with the light that flows within you and value the light that flows within you. Activate those vibrations of those spiritual lessons from that trauma. Move into the vibration that you are attempting, that you are wanting to embody. And then they do the work in this other dimension. You're witnessing, you're using your position in the physical dimension to make a request for the activation of these vibrations, which accelerates their growth and evolution. And then you get to be positively, empathically impacted by their shifts, have them update their reference points in all ways in which they perceive. So that's one process of how to work with beings who are experiencing depression on the other side. You help them shift it. And then you also empathically feel that shift because you're now no longer being empathically impacted by them.